her go.
You have what you came for.
Tell your master we have arrived.
He already knows.
Satellite Network Studios, where this teeming overflow crowd awaits any chance to get a peek inside.
We have had an overwhelming response to my next guest. Crowds have been lining up outside of this studio since last night to see the special interview of this world-renowned speaker. His new book, Empower Your Future by Embracing Our Past, explores mankind's unending quest for meaning and purpose. Okay. Please welcome Dr. Gillian Lane.
That was quite an entrance. Very uncharacteristic for a doctorate in both world religion and mythology from Cambridge University, you know.
Well, they didn't know what to do with me either. Like I say in my seminars, what creates an extraordinary life is an extraordinary mindset.
Well, in addition to your many accomplishments, you seem to be an authority on the Bible Code, which is back in the headlines after Rabbi Aaron Rostenberg was found murdered in Jerusalem last week.
Rostenberg's loss is tragic. I was fortunate to meet him on several occasions.
Explain to our audience what this Bible Code is and how it works.
Well, crisscrossing the Torah is a code of hidden words and phrases that not only reveals our past and present, but foretells our future. Some even believe that it contains the actual blueprints of the universe. See, after removing all of the spaces and punctuation, hidden words are discovered by skipping equal numbers of letters. For example, every 4th, 12th, 50th, like a giant crossword puzzle. Hitler, the Kennedy assassinations, all encoded. Isaac Newton spent the last 10 years of his life studying the Bible Code. Another example, the computer found Princess and Diana, encoded at the same skip distance. And around it, Paris, tunnel, even Ab, August, and 5757, 1997 in our calendar. The very month and year she was killed. And most amazingly, in the book of Daniel, an angel tells him to seal up the book until the end of days. But Rostenberg may have found the key to unlock it. See, he believed that the Bible was actually a holographic computer program. And that instead of 2 dimensions, it should be studied in 3. If this could be achieved, the code would actually feed us prophecies of our coming future. Anyway, the reason I discuss this in my book is because what we want to believe as religion really traces back to myths born out of our collective consciousness.
Has anyone raised the question of how people like yourself can believe in these hidden codes within the Bible and yet not in the Bible itself?
You mean like, Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so?
Yes, exactly.
My mother used to sing me that song. But you know what? She died in a tragic car accident when I was 10 years old. And I finally realized that her faith in this loving God, her truth, was just a myth. Therefore, myth must be truth.
Well, that has obviously colored your attitude a bit.
Cassandra, my goal is simply to create an environment to see change in people's lives. Somebody out there say change! That's right! Change is what we're about. I've seen too many held back, waiting on some higher power. Not until we grasp that we are the higher power, can we take the next step in our evolution and finally become whole.
Поразительно. Последней части кода не хватает. Конечно, последней страницы тоже. Программа все равно работает.
Это твой валей. Надо их найти.
Stone Alexander has again opened his gates for his annual celebrity gala and auction for charity. And here comes the world-famous, globe-trotting Dr. Gillian Lane. Tell us, are you a buyer or a seller this afternoon?
Oh, I'm just here to drink some fine champagne. And support a worthy cause.
Alexander, the beloved media mogul turned political dynamo, has recently been named chairman of the European Union. He plans to celebrate his good fortune today by auctioning his Arabian stallions, with all proceeds going to the African Children's Relief Fund.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your money. Thank you so much for coming. My very good friend, the lovely Princess Gabriella Fucini of Tuscany, has requested this opportunity to say a few words to you. Principessa, prego.
In the last year, Chairman Alexander's various corporations have focused on new ways to combat our diminishing resources. Today, we have the first signs of a breakthrough. The development of an inexpensive, high-nutrient wafer that can sustain an active person for more than a day. And a revolutionary new form of ocean desalination that will bring life-giving water to the driest of deserts.
Saluti. Cheers.
In light of these remarkable advancements, I am proud to present Chairman Alexander with this year's United Nations Humanitarian Award.
Mr. Chairman.
Ah, Mr. Mythology, the motivational guru. It's all right, Dominic. So, are you going to help us raise the roof around here?
I'm sure the bids will be a little bit out of my league.
Oh, come now, Dr. Lane. What creates an extraordinary life is an extraordinary mindset.
I believe you've met Miss Barris.
I'm a big fan.
Please excuse me. Change and forward motion is everything.
I'd like to get together with you and set up a meeting and discuss some ideas. Who's his friend?
Oh, you mean Dominic. He is one of Stone's top aides. A bit odd for sure. I believe he used to be some kind of a priest.
Yeah, well, if I were Stone, I'd watch my back.
Ah, brilliant.
Always come prepared.
Oh, thank you.
May I?
That's very kind of you. What would your wife say?
We're separated, so probably not too much.
Almost as effective as your personal power tapes.
Did I do something to offend you in a former life?
No, only in this one. You know, Stone is a good man. He doesn't deserve to be exploited.
Hey, I believe in what he's doing for the world. I'd like to help people out where it's not about making money.
Brilliant, because you know the best thing about your power tapes? The money-back guarantee.
Much for my run. You're right, Gillen. You okay?
Of course.
Always have to play the lone wolf. How's your family?
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. Just a day back from pursuing the likes of Stone Alexander, which I told you was a big mistake. And now you're over here.
Hey, you invited me, remember?
You boys ready for the good stuff?
Would you spend all your time out? Tennis? Golf?
Why are you doing this to me?
Dorothy spoke with Jennifer yesterday.
Is that why you had me over?
Why didn't you tell us that you two were having problems? She said you're filing for divorce.
Not everyone can stay married for 30 years, Jack.
32. We're trying to help. What about little Maddie?
What do you want to hear? That I'm losing the best thing that ever happened to me, but I don't know how to fix it?
That's a start. We're friends, Gillen. Friends share things with each other.
Gillen, we've had our tough times, too. Being the wife of a senator hasn't been that easy. I'm sorry. We just promised each other that we'd stick it out, that we'd make it work no matter what. No matter what.
Fine. What do you know about visions?
Visions? You're the mythology expert.
I've been seeing them.
What kind of visions?
I don't know. Weird ones.
Maybe your collective consciousness is trying to tell you something.
Great. Now, you're mocking me.
I wouldn't mock the man who empowered me to my last election. I don't know anything about visions. I never had one. But I know about marriage, and I know about family. And I know the worth of a real man will show in the countenance of his wife's face.
Oui, je veux bien vous aider, mais ce n'est pas le moment. Oui, d'accord, je comprends, mais non, je suis très occupé. À bientôt. This Dr. Lane, What do you think of him?
I don't know what to think about him.
Well, I find him interesting. A man of vision. Not enough people with vision around me.
Because you know it in your heart, you know it in your soul.
Hello, Gillen.
Where's my birthday girl?
Oh, you can't keep spoiling her like this, Gillen. You already sent her birthday.
Where are you, pumpkin? Sweetie, I need some sugar! Guess who else came to visit you on your birthday? Tickle spiders!
Oh, yeah? Well, my tickle spiders are bigger than your tickle spiders.
I reckon if you loved me half as much as her, we'd have one heck of a marriage. Don't tell me it's not true. Every time you come home, I get a hi, and she gets tickles and kisses.
You want some tickles and kisses?
I'm serious, Gillen. Sometimes I wonder if you take those speaking engagements just so you don't have to talk to me. I gotta finish the cake.
Jen.
No, Gillen, don't.
I took a teaching position at the university. I want to be here. For you, Maddie. I know it'll take some time, but I want to make it work. As we delve deeper into our dreams, we see how interconnected we all are. Someone say, my life might be...
My life might be...
someone else's dream.
Someone else's dream.
And mythology is to society what dreams are to the individual. And religion would have us believing that there are demons fighting and battling over our souls. But who needs that? I mean, we do a good enough job on our own.
Sign my book, Professor?
Don Alexander would like to apologize for having too many guests in too little time. He'd like to make it up to you by inviting you back to his World Peace Summit.
You have to express my apologies. I won't be able to make it.
I'm sure that'll disappoint him.
Дом Изаака.
Синагога. Дом Исмаила. Мечеть, наверное. Скорее всего, дом судьбы.
Свяжись с нашими лучшими людьми. Ihre wissen wir. Давай.
How do I look?
Studio says you look great.
Thank you. Can you come in on a medium shot?
Okay.
Tell me when you're framed.
Anytime.
Are you rolling? We've got to get this.
We're interrupting right now for a breaking story. Let's go live to Cassandra Barris in Jerusalem. Cassandra?
Behind
behind me are the raging flames of where the Dome of the Rock, one of Islam's most sacred sites, once stood. Just moments ago, the ancient shrine was rocked by a devastating explosion.
We lost the feed! Don't find out what happened! We lost the feed!
Where is Benjamin? Benjamin.
He is gone. You cannot help him now.
We have a message for you to carry, but we must leave this place. Come with us, please.
Into its 7th day, both Israel and Palestine are still denying any involvement in last week's explosions. EU Chairman Alexander has been holding talks with both sides for the last 3 days, but little progress has been made. World markets are under severe pressure for fear fighting will spill into the rest of the region. Oil is skyrocketing as the Saudis threaten to stop shipments unless Israel confesses to the explosions.
Looks like Maddie's out. Are you going back to your place tonight? Or you could stay here. We could pretend like we're newlyweds again. No kid, staying up late. What's this?
It's nothing, sir.
Stone Alexander? Why didn't you tell me about this?
Nothing to tell. I turned it down.
But now you're reconsidering? You're moving back in this weekend. You know, to tell you the truth, I'm surprised it lasted this long.
It's just a week.
A week.
I made you and Maddie a promise. I'm gonna make it work. It's just a week.
Both Palestinian and Israeli casualties continue to mount. EU Chairman Alexander remains optimistic that he can still get both sides to sit down to talks.
Fighting in the region escalated to a higher level yesterday as tanks from both sides exchanged artillery fire outside of Bethlehem.
Sir, Israel is pulling out of the talks. I'm afraid they find your position unreasonable.
Tell them it's unreasonable people who shape the world. Tell them it was unreasonable for their fathers to even think they could have a homeland again. Then tell them that you'll continue to be unreasonable until they make a deal.
Well, that's all well and good.
No. I'd like you to contact the Israeli Prime Minister with Dr. Lane's excellent advice. Then I'd like you to see to his bags and lay another place at dinner. Now.
Yes, sir.
Leave me. Bisericii. I knew you'd be an asset.
That's all these wild siblings need. A beast to tame their savagery.
But it's not just them. We're all so savage, so disjointed, so independent. There's no order, no direction, no common
vision.
Yes. Rome. The Roman Empire emerged after a century of strife, not unlike our own century. Yet Pax Romanus ushered in 200 years of global peace. Art, literature, culture. The world was united. And that is what I would like to see. Oh yes, like you, I'd like to create a climate to foster change in people's lives. Yes, I'd like to see us take the next step in our evolution.
What we need is someone to rally behind, someone to... What is this music?
Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov. Oh, he makes me feel alive. He inspires me.
Yes, inspires. We need an archetypal figure to embody the message. Like Dr. Martin Luther King, Gandhi, a new Caesar to usher in a new peace.
Oh, no, not Caesar. Why, man, he doth bestride the narrow world like a colossus, and we petty men walk beneath his huge legs and peek about to find ourselves dishonorable graves. Oh, no. No, I'm not that ambitious. I'm going to let you in on something to which even fewer people are yet privy. The bombings, the food shortages, the epidemics, all connected.
Who? Why?
Well, I don't yet know, and that's what makes our job all the more urgent.
Our job?
The finest Barolo in the land.
From the vineyards of Stone Alexander, a man of many talents.
Well, my father was a grower. My father. Fathers that, like so many Alexanders, have in these parts from morn till even fought. Dishonor not your mother. Oh, yes, he was also a drunken, wife-beating womanizer, a vile man. I've tried to separate the wheat from the chaff, as it were.
You've reached the lanes. Leave a message.
Hi, guys. Jen, I was hoping you'd be there. But, well, I've been offered a position as Chairman Alexander's Minister of Information. We'd head off on a goodwill tour tomorrow. Don't quite know for how long yet, but everything inside me says that this is it. This is my reason for being. Tell Maddie I love her. I'll try to get back in touch as soon as I get the chance. Take care of yourself.
Family, or the greater good. Oh, it's a hard choice. I had to make it too, a long time ago.
Ever regret it?
You and I, we have a higher calling. So come, let's go and celebrate our new association.
Stone Alexander and motivational guru Gillen Lane embark today on what they are deeming a worldwide tour of goodwill. They kick off the tour with a rally for peace and unity in Washington, to be followed by similar gatherings in capitals around the globe.
The stock market leapt to new heights with Stone Alexander's proposal to create a unified global currency. He followed his announcement by offering to donate his latest desalinization plants to struggling nations that would need help with jump-starting their economies.
In Jerusalem, crowds of curious onlookers have been gathering around two unidentified men who are claiming to be prophets sent from God to warn the world of its coming end.
Back at the Vatican, however, Gillen Lane, announcing the formation of a united world religious council, claimed that the world is not at an end, but is a glorious new beginning. Following the conference, Dr. Lane plans to remain in Rome, taking some much-deserved rest at Alexander's castle.
Hello?
You must stop the Midas summit.
What? Who is this?
You cannot allow it to proceed.
The summit's top secret hasn't even been set yet. Who is this?
It plays right into their hand.
Whose hand? Who is this?
I know about Rostenberg's program. I can't be part of it any longer. Meet me at the Piazza della Cattedrale tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Alone. The truth shall set you free.
Then he said, the truth shall set you free. Probably just a wacko.
I think you should meet him. Who knows what we might learn? I'll send some men along for protection.
No.
Vale! Ciao!
If I'm gonna go, it should be alone. I don't want to scare him off.
And this is all he gave you? Well, he didn't say who was after him? Nothing?
He didn't have a chance.
I should never have let you go alone. I should have known that...
But he said...
I don't care what he said. You could have been killed.
What's this all mean? Wild siblings, tamed by beast? Those are practically my own words. And then the Hebrew code.
To be honest, I don't know. What if this was designed to dissuade us from a summit? I don't know how it was discovered, but I do know what it tells me. We need to move ahead before something else happens. Get me the Israeli Prime Minister on the line and have the jet ready for Israel.
I'm telling you, no, I won't agree. No, I want it understood that we will not give up one more grain of sand. My people will not stand for it.
Gentlemen, please. I understand your fears over hidden agendas. But Chairman Alexander is a reasonable man. A giver, not a taker. Gentlemen, let's not get hung up on negatives here. Chairman Alexander has given his wealth to the world. He wants to give it to you.
And as a show of good faith, I would like to make to you all a proposition. I am very pleased and proud to announce a 7-year peace treaty that not only secures the borders of Israel, but grants to the Palestinian people an independent state. To help restore hope, I have agreed to begin the healing by personally funding the rebuilding both of the Dome of the Rock and the famed King Solomon's Temple side by side on the Temple Mount. Dylan, congratulations. Congratulations.
Listen to me carefully. Your life is in danger.
Okay, where's the camera? I mean, Stone put you up to this, right?
Gillen, I'm serious. Look, I don't understand any of this, but I have a message for you from those prophets. They said to follow the pages of blood.
You sure it wasn't the butler did it in the conservatory with a candlestick?
Dylan, Cassandra, come and join the celebration.
Chairman Alexander continued to leave his mark as UN delegates approved his plan to create a world union modeled after his 10-zone European power base. In return, Alexander delivered into their hands his miracle food and water formulas, as well as a revolutionary new technology that neutralizes atomic weaponry.
Gentlemen, as a symbol of our new tenfold global unity, I have great pleasure in presenting you with this enduring image.
But it's hard for me to believe that so many countries, including our own, would just hand over their sovereignty.
Oh, no, wait.
And frankly, I'm just as surprised to find myself in the minority.
It's not about handing over sovereignty. It's about greater resources.
Oh, no.
Look what an Alexander-run European Union has done over there. The World Union is still a democracy, just on a broader level.
Balderdash. That's a cheap shot.
Now, 1 year after the decree to rebuild the temple and the Dome of the Rock, work is progressing on both holy sites.
The mysterious prophets continue to stir up trouble in Jerusalem, claiming God has given them the power to shut up the heavens as part of God's judgment on the world.
Chairman Alexander and Dr. Lane will be returning to Rome this evening after celebrating the 3-year anniversary of the Middle East Treaty here in Geneva.
They said to follow the pages of blood.
Chairman?
So you tell me. What? If fate assigns us our roles and we don't fulfill them, are we damned for it?
What are you talking about?
If Adolf Hitler was assigned his role and he played it out perfectly to the end, was he damned for his obedience?
Stone, you are on the verge of...
What? Listen, when we took Rostenberg's program, none of us could have dreamed that following the prophecies would bring all this about. The food breakthroughs, the political secrets, the remapping the Middle East, your name, my name, Lane's name. If the code's phase 1 was so unstoppable, what happens when we initiate phase 2?
All you have to do is trust the code. Look. From 10 horns he will rise. An empire built on stone. all bow before the beast and his prophet.
You have to trust the code. Go downstairs, initiate phase 2, and it's prophesied that the world will lay at your feet.
Ah, yes, but will it be of my own free will, or because I've become the beast, a pawn in something?
Son of
Dr. Lane? We know you're in here.
Hold it right there.
Put that gun away, Dominic.
You've seen the prophecies, sir.
Put it away.
You stole Rostenberg's program. You've been following the code like a script. Blown up the dome, the synagogue.
Yes, and look what good we did, Gillen. How many people you and I have helped. How many lives we've saved. Think of all that we've accomplished together. Give me the program.
I gave up my family, my life for you. People are dead. Rostenberg...
Gillen, listen to me. Listen. Life is never what it seems. You stand on the brink of achieving your greatest dreams. Now, don't give up on them now. I need you to be my spokesman for this new world. My visionary. Yes. My prophet. Leave us, Dominic. I said, leave us.
You said I would be the prophet.
Dr. Lane shot Chairman Stone. Yeah, he's locked me in the lab. Get me out of here.
Help the police find Lane. I want him dead or alive. I don't care.
Alto! Fermate qui! Alto, signore! I documenti, per piacere. Grazie.
How could he escape? I don't care. I want his face in every police department on this planet. Now do it.
Outside in the hall, either side of the door.
Please be home, Cassandra.
Are you all right? Gillen! Gillen, what is going on? It's all over the news.
Dominic shot.
Oh, has he?
Wait! I found the pages. Pages of blood? You were right. Look, I need your help.
They'll be combing the airport, so I would have to sneak you aboard one of the network jets. I can't believe I'm doing this. Get in.
Goodbye, my friend. I'll take it from here. I'm on my way down.
Doctors are announcing that Stone Alexander died from an assassin's bullet at 2:06 a.m. Rome time this morning. Again, the suspect is said to be none other than Dr. Gillen Wilcott Lane. Motive is unclear at this hour, but Lane is said to be armed and dangerous. Law enforcement agencies from around the globe are banding together in a worldwide manhunt. Italian authorities are moving to shut down all avenues out of that country.
No, I think I speak for everyone when I say that we are shocked at the horrific actions of this Dr. Lane. That we cannot, we must not let the deeds of one lunatic stop or even slow down Stone Alexander's global work. Every once in a while, there comes a person who is the embodiment of the collective conscience. Buddha, Confucius, Christ, Muhammad, and now I believe somebody who is worthy of our praise and adoration, Stone Alexander. We must not forget him. We must embrace his global work with the assurance and the courage that he is watching over us.
So what do we do after we find the prophets? Do we try and expose the truth?
The disc. Rustenberg always said the Torah contained the genetic code of the universe. I never thought he was serious. He used a prophecy in the book of Daniel to create the 3D model and unlock the code. 77s are decreed for your people and your holy city. 70 rungs of text, 7 rows each.
But this top rung is missing.
In Daniel, it says that after 69 sevens, they will be cut off until the end of the Gentiles. Rostenberg must have never had a chance to enter it.
Alexander.
Oh, now, get out. Nobody gets in here.
Oh, never mind. Come here. I said, come here. Closer. Hello, my friend. I'll take it from here. Continue to be useful to me, and I'll keep you. But when that is no longer the case, you'll watch your bowels spill out of you as Judas did when he betrayed his master. Is that understood? Good. Now, the final code. You have recovered it, haven't you? Hmm?
No progress on the final code, sir.
And Lane?
Nothing.
Realize a man struggles his entire life to gain the praise of his parents, the love of a woman or of a man, and the respect of his peers, and they reward all this effort by putting him in a box piled high with this sort of ghastly flowers he'd never buy himself. In or out, Dominic?
I'm sorry. I thought you might be resting. I didn't want you.
Well, I haven't slept in 48 hours.
Then I'll come.
No, I've lost the need to sleep. I close my eyes and thoughts fill my head. Thoughts that are not my own. Thoughts... What have you brought me? 7 horns bow to wounded head. Splendid. I want you to set up a meeting of the World Union. We'll see which of the 10 nations remains faithful to me.
Here?
Yes, why not? A bedside summit. It has a rather nice ring to it, don't you think?
Yes, sir. The thoughts, are they like the voices?
Mm-hmm. No. They're more powerful. More powerful and singular, yes. As if whoever it is has me at his complete mercy and painful. Oh. So painful, yet sweet. Yes, much more sweet than the voices. Yes, I owe you a debt of loyalty, don't I? I made a mistake with Lane, but you gave up the priesthood for me. You saved me from the voices.
I wouldn't be here if you hadn't stumbled into my confessional.
Well, I couldn't think straight. The blood was still on my hands, and the voices were...
What you see as a weakness, I see as a strength. Any man that's willing to kill his own father has the courage to accomplish anything.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, indeed.
Are you sure this is the place?
It's where they brought me. It's hard to tell because it was dark the last time I was here. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, that this is the room that they brought me to. Yep.
Shalom, Dr. Lane. We have waited a long time to meet you.
Who are you guys supposed to be?
Our names do not matter. What matters is the truth.
7 out of 10. I'm overwhelmed. Oh, it's amazing what one will do for a little attention.
What was it like, sir? Do you remember anything?
I heard a voice whisper, Alexander. I turned, and there was this man. I am Alexander the Great, I heard him say. Gentlemen, what I'm about to tell you goes no further than this room. Understood? Yeah. Then the great general, he said to me, in my time on Earth, I conquered the entire world. But after only a short life, I found myself here in a different world. And weary of war, I decided to stay, rather than go back and solidify my kingdom. But you, he said, you must go back. For the sake of human evolution, be the Alexander I was not. Unite the world.
Stone Alexander has just been appointed the first ever Chancellor of the United World. At one point, tensions flared and 3 council members stormed out. The majority, however, remained resolute. Official inauguration is set to coincide with the dedication ceremonies for Solomon's Temple on the Jewish holiday of Purim 1 week from today. And here comes Sir Percival Lloyd. Let's see if we can get a word with him.
3 times the Chairman Alexander rejected our pleas, but we finally managed to convince him that who better to heal our wounded world than a man who has himself been mortally wounded and yet has miraculously risen again. At such moments of trial in our history, certain famous words have been spoken, but never have they rung more true. The king is dead. Long live the king! Thank you. No more comment, thank you.
The dragon gave the beast his power and his throne and great authority. One of the heads of the beast seemed to have had a fatal wound, but the fatal wound had been healed. The whole world was astonished and followed the beast.
A near-death experience doesn't make someone that...
It is written in the last days, a world leader will rise up, rebuild Solomon's temple, and usher in 3.5 years of world peace under a new Roman Empire.
Then, possessed by Satan, he'll declare himself God and embark on a reign of terror until the Lord comes and destroys him. The final battle between heaven and hell approaches.
Look, all I care about is clear my name. How do I get the final code?
There is a war going on between angels of light and dark over your soul, Dr. Lane.
What are you talking about?
The 4 horses of the apocalypse. The other visions.
No. They're not real. They're in here. Maybe you are too.
The truth is staring you in the face. All you need is the faith of a child to accept it.
My childhood was ripped away from me, so I don't know exactly what that is.
You keep looking for something to fill a void in your soul that only God can fill.
This is ridiculous. Jennifer, it's Gillen.
God, Gillen, are you all right?
I need your help. I've got proof of everything. I've been emailing it to the World Union leaders, but I think Alexander's intercepting them. I want to email you the program, and maybe you can run it by that law school friend, the one in the NSA.
Anything, Gillen.
Thanks, Jen. I knew I could count on you.
Gillen, what happened?
They found us.
Who are you calling?
I can't get a good reception. Pull over.
Why?
Just do it.
Hello?
Hey, it's me. Have you found anything?
I don't know what kind of fool you take me for, Gillen. I checked out the program. You don't have anything. Alexander is a good man. He's done a lot for the world. I think you need some serious psychological help, Gillen.
They've gotten to you, haven't they?
I want you to leave me and Manny alone, Gillen. Don't call here again.
We gotta get to LA.
Are you insane? Dominic's men are all...
I don't care. It's my fault that they're in this mess. I gotta do something. It's my child.
Program stopped running. It's as far as we can go.
Never mind. We'll proceed with my coronation at the temple.
Coronation? Without the final code, we're backed into a corner. There's no way out.
Oh, I always leave myself a way out.
How to get to Los Angeles? Who's helping him? And why isn't that house surrounded?
They're on their way. No one thought he'd actually turn up there.
Why isn't he taking the shot? Take the shot.
I don't have it.
Take the shot!
I don't have it.
Sweetie, no. You just had another dream about Daddy. That's all, okay?
What is going on?
Gillen, I told you. Leave us alone. Get out. I'm so scared. I don't want him to hurt us.
Gillen, we don't have much time.
All right, Jen. Call your mom. Tell her you and Maddie are coming to see her for a few days.
But the phone's bugged. They'll be listening.
Exactly what we want. Because then we'll all pile into the minivan, head down into Mexico instead. That should throw them off and buy us some time.
They're rolling. Where are the troops?
They're seconds away.
Gillen? What are you doing here? What's going on?
Sorry, Jack. We had no place else to turn.
Jack, what's the matter? What is it?
Honey.
We've got a full contingent combing the area, but it looks
Looks like we've lost them.
Why can't you come with us, Daddy?
Listen to me, sweetheart. Dorothy's gonna take you and Mommy up to their cabin for a while. Remember how much fun we used to have up there? Uncle Jack's gonna call some government friends and help Daddy straighten this out. I'll join you in no time.
Promise?
Promise.
Take care of yourself, okay?
You too.
Don't go, Daddy.
Poor Adam 23, what is your buddy?
Let me make those calls and get you something to drink. Put some whiskey in it. Settles the nerves.
Jack, I'm seeing demons.
Demons? God, you really do need help.
They're real. They're real.
I don't know what to say. Excuse me a minute. I'll be right back. Weak bladder.
I just received your message. Keep Lane there. My men are moments away. Jack. Jack.
Yelling out. Are you okay?
Sorry. It was for your own good. I did it for you. I did it for your family. He's in the bathroom. Hey! Hey, what are you doing? Nobody said anything about shooting him?
All units. Suspect has fled on foot. Believed to be leaving Hancock Park area. Destination uncertain.
that dream. You were having them the whole flight back.
Where are we?
Safe. Back in Israel.
What?
I found you passed out in the street.
You have awakened.
He's won, hasn't he?
Whatever happens, we must not give up hope. The final code.
Goodbye, and remember the faith of a child.
Where are you going?
It has been foretold in the book of Revelation, Dr. Lane. It is time for us to meet our destiny.
Gillen! Gillen! They gave you the final code.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
I knew they would. Hand it over. You should know by now, Gillen. Even Satan comes as an angel of light.
Alpha Charlie, we have visualized the on lane.
The massive temple has been meticulously reconstructed based on Old Testament accounts and detailed historic records. Despite this attention to detail, many Orthodox Jews are up in arms over Chancellor Alexander's modification to the sacred landscape.
Sir, she just signaled. We have Lane and the final code.
And there's my way out. I told you I always leave myself one.
Yes, sir.
You have built a magnificent house for me. My soul leaps to see all that has been accomplished. For I have said in my heart, I will ascend to heaven, and it has come to pass. I will raise my throne above the stars of God, and it has come to pass. I will sit enthroned on this mount of assembly, on the utmost heights of the sacred mountain, and it has come to pass.
I alone have done what no man has been able to do.
I have taken the next step in our evolution. I have become king and God. Blasphemy! Here is blasphemy!
When you see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel standing in the holy place, let those in Judea flee.
For death has come up into our palaces to cut off the children from without and the young men from within.
How you have fallen from heaven, Lucifer, son of the morning. How you are cut to the ground.
The base scum and people will stare at you and say,
Is this the man who made the nations tremble?
You have all bowed to the man of sin. But on the house of David, The Lord.
The Lord?
Yes, the Lord will pour out his spirit of grace. They will look on the Lord whom they have pierced and mourn as one mourns for his only son.
The Lord? I alone am the Prince of Peace. If there is any other, then show us all a sign, right here, right now.
It is a wicked and perverse generation who asks for a sign. But like Christ, your only sign will be this. Destroy these temples of his holy prophets, and the Lord will rebuild them in 3 days.
It will be my pleasure. I want these reprobates put on display and guarded. Let the world see what happens to those who oppose me. Get me out of here.
The Israelis and several others are seceding.
And I'll make them an example to the rest of the world for treating me this way. Have my generals waiting for me in Rome.
Others may follow, sir.
Then I'll crush them too. Don't forget, I have the final code. So, if I decide to give the signal, I'll want a quick ground strike to allow our envoys out of the region, followed by a strategic nuclear strike. Oh yes, they'll pay the price for their insolence. And let me know the moment Miss Barris arrives.
Yes, sir. Chairman, you may want to have a look at this.
What can possibly be so pressing?
Pick your pick.
Over 3 million are dead and thousands are seeking refuge after a freak meteor shower hit Eastern Europe.
The Hong Kong plant has ground to a halt as early tests are confirming that the ocean's molecular structure has somehow mutated. The entire fishing industry has shut down.
I just received this from Gillen Lane. It's true, isn't it?
Well, what do you think?
We will not stand for this.
I'm sorry, but you don't have the choice.
Yes, we do. The world shall hear of this.
Gentlemen, please. Let us continue to work together as we have in the past. Allow me to finish here, and I will join you. Ah, Cassandra. My Jezebel. My Salome? Well done.
He never suspected a thing.
Oh, I'm sure he didn't, but, me, I just hope it wasn't too difficult for you, knowing how attached you've become.
Attached? I don't know what you mean.
I mean, I just wonder if you'd ever have the courage to pull the trigger. Never mind. What have you two been playing at? He's tricked you.
That's impossible. He couldn't have.
Oh, so now you're defending him.
No!
I think that you and I had better go and have a little chat with him. We
can't have the last prophecy without the final code. What is it? We're gonna keep asking these questions until you tell us.
I don't know.
You realize I may not have to destroy the entire Middle East if I had the assurance of security that the code's final prophecy would give me. Oh, I had to die to initiate its second phase, so... who's going to die to kick it into its final phase? Hmm?
Jesus, save me.
Everything's forward motion. How about I help you to the next level of evolution?
Let him go.
The truth has set you free.
In light of the resurrection of God's holy prophets, we are recanting our support and declaring you a heretic.
Gillen.
Call off the attack.
Dr. Lane, what an unexpected pleasure.
Call it off or you're a dead man.
Oh, I've already been a dead man.
Call it off, so help me God.
God? I'm the god of this world. And you could have been here with me, couldn't he, my love? Yes, my Trinity.
You spend too much time in your codes. The beast and his false prophet get cast out into the lake of fire.
Fairy tales. I am the one who controls the outcome of history. I'm the one who calls the shots. I'm the one who tells people what to think, what to believe. I was Judas, betraying Christ to be crucified. I was Hitler, leading millions to the slaughter. And I was the drunken driver who killed your mother. But I was also the one who stopped a bullet for you. Yes. I died so that you might live.
Can't you see what he is?
Oh, she sees. She sees the one who raised her out of the gutter, who empowered her, and who turned her into someone desirable. Just like I did to you.
I'm sorry, Gillen.
Is there anything else you'd like to add, like the final code? There's still time to call off the troops.
Lightning 1, Scorpion 5, all cavalry elements clear. Rendezvous phase line, Charlie. Roger that, Scorpion 5.
Very well. Prepare the attack.
Wait! I'll give it to you.
Ah, yes, I knew you'd be reasonable.
Forgive me.
Thank you. Commence the attack on my mark.
What?
Well, they're already in position. Why waste the trip? On my mark, 3, 2, and... The beast shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and they that dwell on earth shall wonder when they behold the beast that was, and is not, yet is. 5 millennia, I have fought to be heard in this world, but only a few listen. Now, finally, everyone will hear me. I will blanket the earth with a truth that is hot from hell. The world will await the sound of my voice to know whether the sun will rise or the rivers flow. I was here before, when these walls stood tall, when this soil was turned red with spilled blood. Oh, the flowers that bloomed.
Nourished by the blood of your enemies.
I was here when the Egyptians turned back the Canaanites, 1,000 years before the Nazarene came into this world. But nothing compares to the battle that is coming.
And he gathered them together in a place called Armageddon.
He who controls Jerusalem at the end of days
shall rule the world.
Precisely.
Nixon will win by a landslide, I guarantee it. Nobody will vote for a Catholic.
Dick Nixon will not be president.
Really?
Not this time, for sure.
Why not?
He doesn't look good on television.
Well, the man's running for president, not auditioning for Gunsmoke.
General, I'll tell you now, the world is on television. And that's where people will form their opinions. People like me will shape those opinions. I have more than 100 television and radio stations, magazines, newspapers. If you read, watch television, listen to the radio, you're gonna hear what I have to say. And how is my prodigy?
Doing well, I'm happy to say.
Well, I expected nothing less. And what about you, Stone?
I'm afraid he still misses his mother.
So do I. But it's been 3 months. It's time to get over it. Young man, tomorrow you will stop grieving for your mother and get on with your life. Is that clear?
Yes, Father.
All right, then. Good night.
Good night, sir. I know. I miss her, too. The good Lord took your mother, but he gave you a new baby brother. Would you like some hot chocolate, dear? We could sit by the fire and talk a bit. All right? I'll be right back.
giveth. The Lord taketh away.
I trust your standards haven't changed since I was a cadet.
I assure you, Senor Alexander, you're still producing men like yourself. Men who lead the way for others.
You'll do very well here. Work hard. Obey the rules. Now, my son requires a firm hand. Don't coddle him, understand? I want him hard and tough. Ready for the world. Learn to make friends. That's important.
If your son has what it takes to be a great leader, I know how to bring it out of him.
I'll come and see you, if I can. Driver.
Serve you in this our quest. Give me strength to spread your message over the earth. In darkness shall rule the world.
Dominos Ero.
"500 years ago, generals formed their men in straight lines and sent them out to attack fixed positions with weapons like these. This seemed effective. Combat took place face to face. Courage, strength, and skill decided the outcome of the battle. But with the invention of firearms, particularly the machine gun, These same tactics resulted in the slaughter of thousands of brave men. What does this mean?
As military leaders, you will be responsible for the lives of your men. You must match your tactics to the prevailing technology.
Thank you, Cadet Alexander.
That was nice. She's back. Non ce ne sdodo.
Gabriella! Senti, ma che bella ragazza! Allora, ok, andiamo a mangiare. Ma perché no?
No.
Sì, ecco.
Battle, there are two kinds of soldiers. Those who live and those who die.
They are coming! Set up the perimeters!
To live, you must learn to kill. Killers win wars. Cadet Monticelli, you and your squad have been chosen to defend Hill 31 against the attackers led by Cadet Alexander. The victors will graduate with special honors. This is not just an exercise. This is the first step into your future.
I take no prisoners. Fool.
Well, Gabriella doesn't think I'm a fool.
I'm sorry that Fausto had to leave the academy.
Why?
You were very fond of him.
He is a nice boy, but only to have a lot of fun with. Come. It is beautiful, no?
Magnificent.
You see the cats? They are everywhere. And 2,000 years ago, lions and tigers were kept here. They were used to kill the Christians.
Yes, the people loved it, I remember. From my studies.
Yes, of course.
Gabriella, do you think of me the same way you think of Fausto? Just someone to have a little fun with?
No.
Gabriella, stay. Stay with me.
Please.
Stay. Stay.
This thing with Fausto is very serious. It will be a month before he's out of the hospital.
Yes. We are all deeply saddened at Cadet Fausto's untimely departure.
Very diplomatic of you. But there will be an inquiry. And from what I've learned, it will not go well with you, Stone.
You have the sworn testimony of over a dozen cadets. Fausto's own men that say I was nowhere near him when this accident occurred.
I believe you are in some way responsible for what happened.
It will be up to me to decide who is punished. Which brings me to something more personal.
Sir.
I have seen the way you look at my daughter.
Ah, yes. It's a wise father who knows his own child. I would be pleased to have your permission to spend more time with her.
That's out of the question. I hardly think you would make a good match for her, in spite of your obvious advantages. You're a natural-born leader, Stone, but you lack any sense of humanity.
I don't want my daughter exposed to someone like you.
Nevertheless, I'm afraid you won't be able to keep us apart.
Really?
In return for your permission to see Gabriella, I'll not only allow you to keep your academy, but I'll give you something even more important.
You think your father's money allows you to threaten me in such a manner?
I'll inform your father that you are no longer welcome here.
You will give me what I want, and in return, I will give you your soul. Your immortal soul.
Well, what do you think of your brother?
I
want to be just like him.
Better to be who you are, David.
I've decided to forego a military career. I've accepted a post with the European Union administration.
Congratulations, son.
Thank you, Father. David.
Finally we meet.
So you're my little brother?
Well, hope I meet your approval.
I'm impressed. Is Father preparing you to follow in his footsteps?
Well, we're not in complete agreement over what I'm to do with my life, but we'll work it out. And won't we, Father?
Of course we will. I wonder if I can have something to drink. Something cold.
No, I'll get it for you.
Hurry back. Got a lot to talk about.
You know, the European Union isn't the right place for you, Stone. You're not cut out to be a bureaucrat.
Oh, I know what I'm doing, Father. Got it all planned out.
You should come home with me and learn the business.
No. I was raised here in Europe. This is my home. Besides, there's more to life than just making money.
I haven't done well by you, Stone. I want to make it up to you somehow. Come home with me. Let's build our dreams together. What do you say? The three of us.
A beautiful sentiment, Father. Not very practical, I'm afraid. I'm going to do things you've never dreamed of. I'm going to change the world. Dear old Dad. You think I'm talking nonsense? You'll see.
Oh.
Mi dispiace. Scusa.
No, No, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay. My name is David Alexander.
You're Stone's brother.
Do you know him?
My father runs a school, and so I know all the cadets.
In my opinion, America lost the war in Vietnam because of the media. The government failed to control the one weapon it could have used to win. Excuse me, General.
I don't know what you've made of my son, General.
Believe me when I say to you, I don't think either one of us had a hand in making him.
Why didn't your father send you here?
Well, I guess he just didn't think I was as good as Stone.
Maybe just different. I mean, yes, brothers, but two different people.
Well, now I wish I had come here.
Why?
Because it's beautiful. I don't think I've ever seen a place more beautiful.
Will you... are you going to become, how do you say, media mogul?
A mogul?
Mogul.
No. So I think I'd rather do something that helps people.
Television does not help people?
Not from what I've seen on the major networks.
Stealing my bride, David?
Oh, Stone. Well, I was just... Bride?
What do you mean?
I was going to ask you earlier, but I could never get you alone. Since we have a witness. Gabriella, marry me. Marry me and I'll take you to the top of the world.
Please don't, excuse me. I have to get back.
He's embarrassed. So sweet. She'll say yes.
Well, if she does.
When she does.
The when she does. You'll be a very lucky man, Stone.
Man makes his own luck, little brother.
Luck? Well, we were certainly lucky to have this noble establishment as our guidance and inspiration for so many years. This academy has produced some of the world's finest military leaders, also its captains of industry, including, and here I must with some pride acknowledge, one of its most distinguished, sitting right there, my father. Later on this evening, we'll dedicate this beautiful room as a concert hall to the memory of another remarkable father, that of my dear wife, Gabriella, there.
Well done, Stone.
Thank you.
Well, both my sons have become better public speakers than I ever was.
Oh, that's never prevented you, Father, from having your voice heard.
Through others.
Well, it's not the style of the speech that counts, it's the content. Would you excuse me, Father? Stone?
I'd like to speak to you, Stone. Alone.
Of course.
Bravo. Grazie mille. Thank you.
I believe we met here once before.
2 times in 20 years. I think people are beginning to talk.
How are you?
I'm old. How are you?
No, you're not. You're more beautiful now than when I last saw you in New York.
Darling David, you are my favorite senator.
Congressman.
Or whatever you are, I missed you terribly. Mwah. Mwah.
Old Franchini. I miss him.
Yes. He was like a father to me.
More of a father than I was, I'm sure. You know, they say you begin to reappraise your life as your own mortality becomes more apparent. With all my success, I failed at one thing.
And what's that?
Raising you, Stone.
Nonsense. I rather like what I've become.
Thank you for making my point.
Would you like to dance?
I'd love to.
You have to be careful. This could be considered a political statement.
What do you mean?
A U.S. congressman dancing with the wife of the head of the European Union? By the way, what do I call you? Your Highness?
Oh, David, don't be silly. Your Majesty is quite good enough.
There's something I have to tell you, Stone.
Oh, yes, I know. You're going to give it all away, aren't you? Your television stations, your wire services, even your communication satellites. Give them all to the public. Yes, the great unwashed multitudes who've made you as rich as you are. Oh, I'm afraid if you're looking for redemption, Dad, that's just a little too late.
I don't know how you found out, but it won't change anything. I'm going to announce my plans tonight when I make my speech.
Oh, yes, yes, how appropriate. Castrating your offspring in front of strangers. Oh, I've always admired your sense of timing, but I'm afraid I can't let you go through with this.
There's really nothing you can do about it. Oh, I won't cut you off completely. No. There will be a generous trust fund for you and David. You will get the castle in Rome. David can have the Virginia estate. Both of you will be quite comfortable, I assure you.
Oh, I require a great deal of comfort, Father. More than you'll ever know.
How is life with my brother, the rising star?
He never seems to need any rest. I just wish I knew what he wanted out of life.
Well, he has you. What else could he possibly want?
David, I'm being serious.
So am I.
This is unacceptable, Father. I will have what is rightfully mine, and that includes, well, everything.
I've made up my mind, Stone, and nothing you say can change it.
Too bad. You see, I'm going to need your media empire and the power that goes with it. Oh, yes, I intend to change the way things are done in this dim little world.
Oh, I'm warning you. If you even try and fight me in court.
Oh, dear old Dad, always spoiling for a fight. I suppose I would miss you if I cared anything at all about you, but... see... I don't. Go to hell. Yes. Aiuto! Somebody call an ambulance! Quick! Un'ambulanza! Un'ambulanza veloce! Father? Father!
God, what happened?
I don't know. He wasn't feeling well. He went onto the balcony to get some air, and he must have...
Father.
God, why wasn't I there? No, Father, don't try to speak.
Dies nebulosa, vade, quando tenebrarum pondos, cadet super pecadores.
This is my blood, spilled by my enemies. Drink it and vanquish. This is my flesh, made foul with sin. Eat it, and rejoice in my new kingdom. Woe to those that oppose me, for they shall be cut down like winter wheat. My wrath shall sweep like a dark tide over the suffering land. Oh, woe to those who stand in the path of my righteousness. Oh, woe.
With the final terrorist stronghold destroyed, celebrations have intensified here at the historic Temple Mount in Jerusalem as we await the inauguration of Stone Alexander as the first ever Chancellor of the United World Union. Over to you, Chuck.
Thank you, Dana. During Stone Alexander's reign, he has quite literally changed the face of the world. Using his great wealth, he has all but ended the problems of world hunger and drought, brought peace to the Middle East, and laid the groundwork for world government.
Well, there you go. See what you can accomplish if you don't have to answer to Congress?
I'm telling you, Richard, pulling our delegation was a mistake. It sends the wrong message.
I think it sends exactly the right message.
Well, right on time, Mr. Vice President. The show hasn't started yet.
Alexander's rise to chairman of the European Union was meteoric. National borders have been erased, as the world has been divided into 10 democratic zones. Each zone's Secretary General has one vote in the World Union Parliament. But with Alexander now ordained as sole chancellor, that will, in all probability, end. Dana?
Let's go inside where I understand the Chancellor is about to make his acceptance speech.
My friends, you have built a magnificent house for me. My soul leaps to see all that has been accomplished. For I have said in my heart, I will ascend to heaven. And it has come to pass.
I can't believe you're related to this old boy.
Maybe he was left on my parents' doorstep.
By a pack of wolves.
I will raise my throne above the stars. And it has...
Do you believe this madman?
Sounds like Adolf Hitler, only with attitude.
You know, now that he has almost everyone in the world lined up on his side, he'll be looking for ways to put pressure on us.
An economic embargo will be their first logical step. Cut us off from world markets.
Where do the Chinese and Latins stand on this issue?
Uncommitted. Here, I want you to look at this intelligence report. Satellite photos show lots of activity in and around Russian nuclear weapon storage sites.
They're moving stuff around?
Well, the CIA says someone's offered them a truck full of money for some nukes.
That has not been confirmed.
Who made that offer?
Well, it's gotta be my brother. Nobody else could arrange for something like this without us knowing about it earlier.
I have the Chancellor online.
Put it on the screen.
I'm staying in the Middle East zone for another day, but when I return to Rome on Wednesday, I shall expect you to be there.
I'm a very busy man, Chancellor.
Mr. President, the future of the world is at stake.
What exactly is that supposed to mean?
Ah, man, proud man, dressed in a little brief authority. It means, sir, that my people will meet your plane in Rome in 30 hours.
Admiral, what is the location of our Sixth Fleet at this time?
Just off the coast of Italy, sir.
Well, I'd say that's a mighty fine place for them. Wouldn't you, gentlemen? What are you focused in on over there, David? Don't you ever stop working?
I'm putting together something for you, sir. Still trying to get inside my brother's head. Figure out what makes him go.
Oh, hell, I know what makes him go. It's called power. Greatest aphrodisiac known to modern man. Hell, I take a liberal dose of it every night before I go to bed. I need something that's gonna give me the edge when it comes to the showdown with your brother.
Take a look at this.
An insurance study.
The CIA has compiled a list of 200 names that at one time or another opposed my brother, either politically or in business.
Let me guess.
Dead. Every one of them.
How many of them died of unnatural causes?
None. They all died of heart attacks, cancer, strokes.
So, what does he do? Cast a spell on him? Don't get mythological on me now, David.
Well, I'm just saying you might want to keep your distance from him.
I know I can't do that. If I expect him to take me serious, it's got to be face to face, man to man.
You know, sir, I think the Vice President might be right.
Well, you know, when you get to be president, we'll let you make those decisions. But until then, gin.
Oh.
Ha 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 ha. 25, come on.
Yes, sir.
Citizens of my world union, witness your first day in a united world! One currency, one language, one goal, to strive every day to make the lives of all men better and better. One dictator? Oh yes, I know that some of you are thinking that, and I know where this fear is coming from. The same fear that caused dear friends to strike down Julius Caesar right there in the Roman Forum. Fear of what he could become. For Brutus said he was ambitious. But, dear friends, you have no need to fear my ambitions. I am no dictator, but I must lead. For men at some time are masters of their fate. I will not ask you to follow me, but to take the journey with me. This journey to a better world!
How do you do, Chancellor?
Mr. President. Ah, David. My little brother. Gabriella sends her love and would like to see you if time permits.
Thank you.
That was one hell of a speech, Chancellor.
Not as good as the one that got you elected.
Well, now that we've blown the appropriate amount of smoke up one another's hindquarters, do you mind if we get down to business?
With pleasure.
I know that you have a whole mess of third world countries and socialist paradises all lined up like little ducks in a row, but the U.S. really has no desire to be involved in your so-called New World Order.
I'm afraid it's not your decision anymore. You see, the United Nations and the European Union have folded themselves into my organization. In fact, your representatives to the UN voted for the accord.
Those ambassadors have since been recalled.
Mr. Vice President, I think you understand me well enough to know I only want what is best for everyone.
Well, regardless of your intentions, I'm in complete agreement with the President.
You can't be the only boat paddling against the tide. Isolationism is so passé. No, the North American zone must join the others.
North American zone? You and your people can call it whatever you want, but as long as I'm breathing, I am the President of the God-blessed United States of America.
I see. Well then, there's nothing more to be said, is there? Gentlemen?
Good day.
Gabriella.
Ciao, David. How's your president?
He's not doing very well.
Oh.
Stone called me at the hospital, said that he needed to see me, that it was urgent.
He's been delayed. I took the liberty to prepare the lunch. Can you stay?
Of course.
Oh, good.
It's so good to see you like this. Just the two of us.
How long has it been?
2 years ago, July, at your fundraiser in Washington.
I don't believe you remember everything.
Everyone fell in love with you that night.
Everybody but you. You hardly spoke to me. Ciao, Gabriella.
You were surrounded by admirers. Besides, I've always been in love with you.
Why, David? How sweet. I never think of you as being sentimental.
Can I ask you something? Is everything all right between you and Stone?
What a thing to ask. Of course. Because of him, my foundation is a tremendous success. Do you know how many kilos of food we sent to starving nations last year? Over 500 million.
But are you happy?
Happy. Che cosa hai, Felice?
Gabriella, I'm afraid for you.
Why?
Well, it seems to me that anyone who stands in Stone's way ends up
dead? You're crazy.
Maybe. Maybe. But I want you to be careful.
Why?
Keep your eyes open. Will you do that for me? Please?
I'll keep my eyes open.
Chancellor will see you now. Excuse me.
Ah.
Ah, David. I'm so sorry about Benson. I said a little prayer for him, but one never knows if God is listening.
You think you got away with it? Don't you?
I beg your pardon?
I don't know how you did it, but I'm going to find out.
You don't like me, do you, David?
No, come on, don't deny it.
You really don't like me.
What do you want, Stone?
I trust you had a decent lunch and a nice chat. Ah, my wife. She's so loyal. I value that quality above all others.
Is this what you wanted to talk to me about?
In a very short time, you will be president of the North American Zone. I want you on my side. Please hear me out. You are my brother, David. Your family. Blood. And that means something, even to me.
We were never family.
David, I'm trying to help you. Don't you see? Together, we can rule the world. Yes, join with me and I'll raise you up. You'll be second only to me.
You're out of your mind.
I have that power. I can make it happen.
As long as we have the Chinese and the Latins on our side, you don't have a chance in hell of getting what you want.
Oh, I'll always have a chance in hell, David. Oh, come on. Come on. Join with me in this great adventure. I promise you, you won't regret it.
Bye, Stone.
This is unacceptable, Father. I will have what is rightfully mine.
What have you done?
Oh, it isn't what I've done. I think it's rather what you've done, isn't it, David?
You don't really expect anybody to believe that, do you? I wasn't even up there. There are witnesses.
This is television. People believe anything they see on television. And besides, before you can prove otherwise, your credibility will be as dead as dear old Dad there.
Don't push me.
Oh, goodness. Does my wife know what a violent man you are?
Mr. President.
David, I'm sorry. What can we do for you now?
I'd also like you to consult your Congress, President Alexander. And I would like my answer within 24 hours.
You take care of yourself.
We should kill him.
Unnatural deeds to breed unnatural trouble. 2,000 years. Do you feel it? Do you feel it all coming to an end? Your sacrifice was but nothing. Soon you will bow down before me. And your father will see me for whom I really am, the conqueror of men, worthy to share, no, to assume his throne. Therefore rejoice, O heavens, and you who dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and sea, because the devil has come down to you, having great wrath, because he knows he has a short time.
We have received official word. Your brother, the President,
Still refuses to join us. Well, in the great scheme of things, my earthly brother is a minor inconvenience. So, after an eternity of waiting...
The end is in sight.
Yes! Don't you understand that? They believe in me now. Me! Yes, test them. Give them tribulation. Spill out your bowls of wrath, unleash your plagues. I challenge you! But you can do better than that. Go! Pour out your bowls of wrath upon the earth! Bring it on!
Fires caused by the continuing meteorite showers are still blazing around the country for the 11th straight day. While freak weather conditions persist across the world. Floodwaters in Belgium are still rising, and the mudslides in Central America have sparked fears of the spread of disease.
Yesterday's riots left more than 300 dead. This is part of a pattern of civil disobedience across the world that follows each new natural disaster.
They think it's the end of the bloody world. They're rioting in the streets.
Please. My people are not ungrateful, sir. But when a hailstorm destroys a third of our continent's vegetation... Sakagadzirisa.
Mr. President, you must hear me out on this.
I am not going to change my mind about joining the World Union.
Official notice from Rome. The World Union is leveling a complete trade embargo against us.
Ladies and gentlemen, rest assured that I shall do everything in my power to resolve our problems. I will, in fact, be visiting all of you shortly to see them at first hand.
He wants to control the world.
When is world peace the same as controlling the world?
When it takes away my freedom. Our freedom as a sovereign nation. Now, I will not be bullied by sanctions or embargoes or anything else he throws our way.
I have given orders for mass executions of all dissidents and their families. We cannot tolerate disobedience at such a crucial time.
Bravo, Koczynski. Ty wielki prezydent. But let's not go too far, shall we? We don't want too many dead bodies lying around. It creates a rather bad impression.
Mr. President, I must speak plainly. You are allowing a family quarrel to cloud your judgment.
The people of this nation will not be at the beck and call of a foreign leader. And we will not give up the power to decide our own destiny.
What about the renegade zones? The Americans and the Chinese? Something's got to be done.
Yes. The Chinese have 500 million troops on our border.
Oh, ye of little faith. If you would kindly excuse me for a moment. But rest assured that everything is going as it should be. Chaos only makes it that much more interesting.
America will implode, and as for China, everything will be settled at Megiddo.
This government has always been and will always be of the people, by the people, and for the people of the United States of America. Now this meeting is over.
You will regret this, I promise you.
Give my regards to my brother, would you?
You have made the masses fanatical to make them instruments of your policies.
We'll discuss all of this later.
No, we discuss it now.
There are things that you simply do not understand.
Like, anyone who gets in your way ends up dead. David told me that. Deny it?
Oh, yes. Yes, I was forgetting my little brother sent you to spy on me.
So, it is true? You killed your father? The president? I don't believe it.
Oh, frailty, thy name is woman. Look, just go back to feeding your pathetic poor and stay out of my business.
If you didn't care about the poor, why did you spend your fortune feeding them?
Because, my dear, the quickest way to a man's loyalty is through his belly. But still, they hold out their hands for more, always more. And you encourage them. Well, I'm sick of their stench, of their misery, of their disease. So let them starve, let them die.
We have the whole world. And we've lost our souls. God help us.
God! Oh, yes, I'm sure he's lurking around somewhere. So stay on your knees and hold out your hand and beg. Go on, beg for his love. You've lost mine.
Children of Africa, for indeed you are my children, beloved above all others. But oh, my children, this world we share today is in chaos. I say chaos! Chaos! Chaos!
This is a plague area, sir. They find out I brought the military chief of our zone into an area like this.
This is Mexico, Sergeant. This is our country, not a zone. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Por favor. Señora Alexander, how can I help? I knew your foundation was working in this area. I didn't realize I would have the pleasure of running into you myself.
Gracias, señor.
How many people have they lost in this village?
I don't know. 100, maybe more. Tomorrow will be twice as many.
Oh, God, help.
You have seen a storm of fire that sweeps through your fields. You see a sky as black as night in the fullness of day. And you have seen your loved ones dying from a pestilence that rips into your cities, into your villages. You have seen this world we all loved threatening to tear itself apart at the seams. And that is why you have come here today. You have come here for my help! I cannot help you.
What kind of God looks at what's happening here? Does nothing.
Even God won't force us to do good. We must choose the good for others.
I cannot help you because you have turned your backs on me! On me! I, who have fed your starving masses! I, who have given you peace the world over! And for this, what you do to me? You deny me! You deny me! You deny me! Your God!
Not true! You're not God!
And for this, you will be punished! Pray to me! Pray to your God!
My will be done.
Now she is standing before the face of God with all the dignity and respect that she was created for. And she won't forget the general who risked his life today to come here, to this village, to care just for her.
Ah, God's little helper. I trust your trip was as successful as mine. But I told you, let them die. Old ladies die every day. You really shouldn't get yourself so upset about it.
As earthquakes and other catastrophes continue across the globe, California today declared a state of emergency, bringing the total number of states seeking federal aid to 25. Food and gas shortages across the nation.
It's almost biblical, sir. I hope I'm making the right decision.
Today, congressmen from both sides called upon the president to accept the World Union's offer of membership, which would result in immediate relief.
Well, at least the networks will be happy. Oh, yes. All this will send their ratings through the roof. Wonderful invention, television. Does most of my work for me.
There are 3 zones that still oppose you. Your own brother.
Oh, yes. After all that's happened, he still resists.
We must strike at him. I've been warning you before.
Never, ever presume to instruct me, ever. My brother, the president, will come when it is time.
We gave the president our trust. We rallied behind him because we believed in his integrity. But his career has been based on lies. The Justice Department has obtained the following security camera video. It reveals that Daniel Alexander's death was no accident. Clearly, our president secured his inheritance through the abominable crime of patricide. Now, in our nation's darkest hour, his true nature is revealed. David Alexander is a man who will do anything, say anything to remain.
When did this press conference take place?
About 10 minutes ago, sir. It's repeating on every network.
Get him on the phone.
It is time that David Alexander be replaced by someone who can lead us through the
Let me
darkness
guess.
to the light.
You.
He's on the screen, sir.
Breckenridge, you are a liar and a coward. You won't get away with this.
David, can't we just talk like two men who love their country?
Spare me the hypocrisy. Do you realize what you've done?
FBI, we have a warrant for the arrest of David Alexander.
Call the president.
Open the gate.
Do it! Because of you, we will end up getting in a shooting war with the other members of the World Union. Are you prepared for that?
If they come after us, they better be ready for all hell to break loose.
The Justice Department has issued a warrant for your arrest.
This is treason.
Mr. President, you leave me no choice.
We've got company, sir.
Get that chopper down here, now!
Go condition red.
So how'd you know this was going down?
I've been in politics long enough to know that you always prepare for the worst.
Mind if I ask where we're going?
The chopper will hook us up with the Navy brass. They'll get us over to the 6th Fleet in the Mediterranean. Take them up. Come on.
That's far enough. We're here to arrest the president.
Not on my watch.
Sir, we have to go. We have to go!
America is mine. The president has fled his office, and his government votes even now to join my world union. So, when we all gather in the Middle East, I trust that you will be there, too.
The Chinese people will never bow before you.
Mr. Premier, I know what the famine has cost you. Tens of millions.
We could lose $500 million and still remain strong.
You would sacrifice so many?
Wouldn't you?
I already have. There is a prophecy. The kings of the East will gather their armies on the plains of Megiddo, and so you shall.
If all 10 zones are not with you...
Oh, they will be. We summon them now.
Alexander.
老婆不要记得，要求的放下，你好子不少。
Mr. President. Gentlemen, Secretary of State Breckinridge has declared himself president, pro tem, and will join the World Union.
And we've received reports that the Chinese are sending troops to join Stone Alexander.
This is the equivalent of a coup d'etat. I need to know, where do you stand?
Dead meat. Makes me feel a lot better.
Brother Dave. Hold your fire! Look, would you mind turning out the lights when you've finished? And please, get those filthy boots off my Aubusson carpet.
He's not here.
Better come with me, sir.
Oh, Papa, I'm so ashamed.
Gabriella?
It's all good. It's okay. I know. We're gonna get you out of here.
He said he would come.
Get a medic down here. I'm gonna get you out of here. You and me.
No. You must fight the beast. You will be led to a man who has eyes, but he cannot see. Follow him.
Don't talk. Don't talk.
Don't be afraid. God has already prepared the way. You just walk in it. Trust him. After all, it is finished.
Sir, I thought you should know that the Chinese are rolling into the Middle East. Breckinridge has sent U.S. armor to follow along. The good news in all this is tonight's operations have gone completely unreported. Breckinridge has no idea what we're up to.
Whoa! Hey, get out of the way! No, wait.
I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And he who sat on him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he judges and makes war. And on his thigh is written King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And I saw the beast, the kings of this earth and their armies, gathered together to make war against him who sat on the horse. I saw a new heaven and a new earth. Not pain. Not pain. When evil is brought into the light, it loses its power. Save us. Save us. Save us. Save us. Save us. Save us. Lord, consume the lawless one with the breath of his mouth and the brightness of his return. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Save us.
What just happened in there?
I received a message.
What are you gonna do?
I need to speak to the Chinese premier.
You mind filling me in?
We're gonna do battle with the beast. Thank you, Mr. Premier. Please understand, we're counting on you.
哪来的一副？你该在皇帝里头做过，在皇上身上赚的钱可不花一下呢。
Plain of Megiddo, the fabled crossroads of the Middle East. When the Chinese premier arrives a little later today with his army, the heads of all 10 zones of the World Union will have assembled their troops to witness the most historic of agreements. The new leader of the United States has just arrived.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Prime Minister, how are you?
As you can see, interim President Breckinridge is there at Megiddo representing the United States government, while the worldwide manhunt for David Alexander continues.
Gentlemen, if we can use a special ops team to initiate a diversionary attack toward the center of his headquarters position, and then move in force to secure the left flank, I believe we can roll up his entire line of defense.
It's workable, but the way I see it, Stone's armies are here for a celebration. They're not expecting resistance. If we can wait for the Chinese, we'll be able to launch a full-scale surprise attack.
Either way, a lot of people are gonna die. Carry on.
Sir. Okay. Let's get it in system. Our only hope is to stop the
My troops, you have taken the first step on the journey to Jerusalem, the journey to a new world!
All hail, Lord Alexander.
As you know, the Master wishes to reach out to all his subjects. To that end, Lord Alexander has selected European Zone Camp Number 3 for an informal visit at 2200 hours. Over the next 10 days, the troops of each zone will have an opportunity to meet the man who has created the New World Order.
Lord, why me? There must be someone else. Anybody. I'm scared. I don't want to die. But I know deep down that if I don't walk up that hill, I'm already dead. I'm in your hands.
Sir, I'm going with you.
No. I'm going alone.
You're not planning on coming back, are you?
This is something only I can do. Thank you.
Lord, give him strength. He's on your watch now.
I don't know if I have the strength to go through with this. So I'm asking for your guidance and protection. And most of all, for your forgiveness for always doing things my way instead of yours. Take my life and make it count for something tonight. The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away.
Evening, gentlemen.
Touché. Ladies and gentlemen, I would ask you all to raise a glass to salute the arrival of my brother at Megiddo, and to acknowledge that from this moment I am indeed my brother's keeper. Ah, David. Trust you've had a comfortable night. Beautiful day, isn't it? Sun's up, birds are singing, and all's well in my world.
Your world is a sick, dark place. I know what you did to Gabriella.
Oh, so that's why you're here. Oh, so when all's said and done, it's really about love, isn't it? Oh, I must say, watching the two of you all these years, seeing how difficult it was and how noble you both were, never giving into temptation. Yeah, it really was exquisite seeing the both of you being tormented in this way. Oh. Did I touch a nerve? Sorry.
I know who you are.
You only think you do. Oh, it's a pity the way things have ended up for you, isn't it, huh?
It's not over yet.
All but the shouting. Dear brother, I'm prepared to offer you a last gasp. Join me, and I'll raise you up from your present miserable state, make you a king among men.
You overrate yourself. You always have.
Your people can't fight me. Well, no one can, really. All you can do is die. Not that I mind that, but who will I rule over if you're all dead? Who will I punish, eh?
Come, David, take a look. Isn't it magnificent?
前进。
The Chinese are arriving at last.
Yes, an industrious people. Oh, I'll put them to good use.
Where's your god now?
He'll be here. Oh, really? Then, perhaps I'll introduce you to him when he arrives. You've heard his heralds, haven't you, announcing his triumphant return? No? Funny enough, neither have I. Well, maybe this time he has met his match.
All your armies, all your weapons, none of it will be of any use against God.
Oh, you still don't understand, do you? This battle between me and God is for the souls of men. These bodies out there, they're not my armies, they're my trophies. Oh, but you see, don't you? Yes, you understand. Your greatest creation, and they've abandoned you. Now they follow me. I've won. Now, I shall transform this planet into a paradise for my kind. My fallen angels will rise again. Oh, you've heard of the term hell on earth? Well, this is day one of the new millennium. Starting tomorrow, it's going to get a whole lot worse.
You won't be here tomorrow.
I gave no order to attack. What's going on?
The Chinese have turned against us.
What? Americans, they're attacking on this flank, and the Latins on the other! Fire!
Free will, Stone. That's the part of the human equation you forgot about.
We counterattack immediately! Where are you going?
To fight!
Target the enemy headquarters! There's none of you! To the left!
surprise. So, you think you know me? Well, think again. Satan, Lucifer, Beelzebub! I have walked through history under many names, and for this time, even yours. Your brother was a mere vessel I chose, a puppet nurtured from spawning to do my handiwork. I summon the powers of darkness. Rise up, forces of evil! Rise up and destroy all who stand against you! Arise! It is I, your Lord, who commands you! Arise!
You see? The tide has turned! No
one can defeat me! I am the power! I am Lord!